Everyone remembers Kobe Bryant's killer instinct when he was staring down an opponent. But in the 2010 NBA Finals, Kobe turned that exact same ruthless, borderline cruel mentality on his most important teammate. What he did to Pau Gasol behind closed doors was so psychologically brutal, it nearly broke the 7-footer's mind completely. Before the 2010 Finals even tipped off, Kobe had been running a cold, calculating campaign against Gasol for 2 full years.
But we lost to the Celtics in 08. And it was a physical series. I mean, they beat the crap out of us.
Yeah.
And so we go into the Olympic year, that year. We wound up playing Spain for the gold medal match, and we beat them. And so now we come back to start training camp, and Pau shows up first day of training camp. I have my gold medal hanging in his locker. I said, listen, Pau, you lost to the Celtics. You lost to us in the gold medal match. Let's not make this too level. Well, yeah, Pau was a phenomenon to begin with. And then for him, was just stepping up to a level of physicality that we needed to get to, which he did. We went on to win back-to-back championships.
And it started with a single, humiliating label that Gasol could never shake. If you want to understand what it actually takes to push a teammate to a championship, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go behind the scenes of the most intense mental warfare in Laker history. The birth of Gasoft. To understand why this hit Gasol so deeply, we have to go back to the wreckage of the 2008 Finals. The Boston Celtics had physically bullied the Lakers, closing them out in a humiliating 39-point Game 6 blowout. In the aftermath, the media and rival fans slapped Gasol with a devastating nickname, Gasoft. But that label didn't just stay on internet forums, it seeped directly into the Lakers' locker room.
People used to love to throw it out there that Pau Gasol was soft. They love to throw it out there. What's it like actually having to go up against Pau Gasol?
No, he's still soft, but I mean, he's still...
Kobe, who had watched Gasol get physically dominated and mentally checked out by Kevin Garnett, filed that weakness away. Kobe decided right then, Gasol's finesse game was a luxury they could no longer afford. He needed Pau to bang, to bleed, and to be a physical menace, and Kobe was going to force it out of him by any means necessary. Kobe's critique wasn't whispered in constructive, private meetings. It was loud, strategic, and highly visible. He would scream corrections at Gasol in practice, hold him to a standard he applied to no one else, and radiate a freezing coldness that the entire roster could feel. Whenever Gasol hesitated, Kobe pounced. During one regular season film session, Kobe stopped the tape on a minor defensive breakdown from Pau. Instead of a quiet teaching moment, Kobe unloaded on him in front of the entire team, using Gasol's passivity to set an example for the locker room.
I've seen a situation with how Kobe would handle Pau.
Oh, yeah.
Kobe would
he was super hard on Pau.
But then at times he would be able to come to the side and speak his language and really get Pau to lock in. But at times he would bark, and obviously that wasn't Pau's way of getting motivated or whatever it is. So
you know what's crazy with Kobe? I seen Kobe jump on Pau in Spanish.
Yeah.
Hey, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm fucking with him like English, nigga. He don't understand that shit. Like, fuck that. And I'm just, you know.
The breaking point in 2010. By the time the 2010 Finals arrived, Gasol was carrying the weight of 2 years of Kobe's relentless psychological pressure. And waiting for him at the finish line was Kevin Garnett and a bruising Celtics frontcourt. At first, the pressure seemed to work. In Games 1 and 2, Gasol looked possessed, racking up a massive 48 points, 22 rebounds, and 8 blocks. But then, Boston adjusted. The physical hits got harder, the whistles got tighter, and Gasol began to shrink. During the regular season, Gasol shot a highly efficient 53.6%. In the early playoff rounds, he was humming at 53.9%. But against Boston's physical gridlock, his shooting percentage plummeted to just 47.8%, a massive 6% drop-off. The numbers were bad, but the eye test was worse. In Games 3 and 4, Gasol would catch the ball in the post, feel a body on his back, and freeze. That split-second hesitation wasn't just him reading the defense. It was the crushing weight of Kobe's voice echoing in his head. Kobe saw the crack in his armor, and instead of pulling back, Kobe turned the vice grip. In Kobe's mind, if a teammate is drowning in the moment, you don't throw them a life raft, you make the water hotter. The Lakers were on the verge of losing to Boston again, and Gasol was staring into a psychological abyss. Drop a comment right now. Was Kobe's relentless public pressure on Gasol the sign of a genius leader, or was it just flat-out bullying? Let me know below. The Winner's Manifesto. To understand why Kobe operated this way, you have to read his own manifesto. Years later, Kobe wrote down his exact philosophy on leadership. The ability to elevate those around you is more than simply sharing the ball or making teammates feel a certain level of comfort. It's pushing them to find their inner beast, even if they end up resenting you for it at the time. I'd rather be perceived as a winner than a good teammate. Kobe didn't invent this dark art. Michael Jordan had handed him the blueprint directly, telling a young Kobe that the NBA was not a popularity contest and that true leaders must be unapologetically demanding. Kobe wasn't trying to destroy Gasol, he was betting his legacy on him. He knew that the only way Gasol could survive the absolute dogfight of a Game 7 against Garnett was if Kobe made the days leading up to it a living hell. If Pau could be broken by Kobe, he would easily be broken by Boston. Kobe's philosophy of leadership: I'd rather be perceived as a winner than a good teammate. Kobe Bryant.
The Game 7 redemption. In Games 5, 6, and 7, we saw exactly what that brutal psychological experiment produced. Something clicked inside Pau Gasol. The hesitation, that half-second pause before contact, was burned away. In Game 5, Gasol was throwing his body directly into defenders, demanding the ball in the low post, and abandoning his perimeter comfort zone. But Game 7 is where the masterpiece was painted. In a grueling, ugly, low-scoring war where nobody could hit a shot, Gasol became the physical anchor of the Los Angeles Lakers. He battled through double teams, absorbed vicious contact, and put up 19 points and an incredible 18 rebounds in the ultimate game of his life. 9 of those rebounds were offensive. That wasn't finesse, that was a man unleashing his inner beast. The Lakers clawed back from a 13-point second-half deficit, and Gasol's physical dominance on the glass was the exact engine that drove them to a championship.
Find offense right now. Bryant on the pull-up, puts it in! 4-point Laker lead, their largest of the game.
Great players believe. Bryant saying, I'm going to roll these dice, and I bet not crap out.
The commissioner cancels the game. Gasol. Count it, and a foul. Wallace on Gasol. Backs in, spins, fake. Shot. It's good. Gasol got it to go. Back out. Rondo fakes, dribbles, puts up the three. Won't go. Rebound Gasol. Kicks it out to Odom. Odom throws it ahead. The Lakers repeat back-to-back titles. The LA Lakers in 2010 NBA champions.
Them to a championship. The cost of the ring. On paper, the story ends with confetti, gold trophies, and Kobe lifting his 5th ring. But behind the scenes, the damage was done.
Championship coming down to the final second. This has to be one of the sweeter ones as they defeat the Celtics finally in a Game 7 and are now just one title behind Boston for the most NBA championships. And what a hard-fought, physical Game 7 this was. Had to come back from 13 down in the second half. Pau Gasol, the emotions flowing as he wins his 2nd straight championship.
2010 champs. And Bryant loving the feeling of being a 5-time champ.
And one man in his first year with the Lakers stepped up and had a huge Game 7 with 20 points as Ron Artest.
But the feeling of winning just overcomes all that.
Buzzer goes off. You can't believe that you're actually hoisting that gold ball.
Phil Jackson later admitted that Kobe's ruthless psychological warfare left deep, lasting friction on the roster. Gasol himself has spoken candidly about how emotionally draining that era was, admitting he came perilously close to being genuinely broken by Kobe's pressure. Kobe Bryant didn't give Gasol a comfortable environment to grow. He threw him into a psychological fire and waited to see if he would melt or turn into steel. If you ask the championship trophy, the answer is clear. But if you ask Pau Gasol, the truth is far more complicated.
And that's where I got to know the person who elevated my game like no other, who taught me what it took to win at the highest level, who showed me how hard you had to work and the mentality you needed to have in order to be the best, the commitment you had to make, what it meant and what it took to be a leader. Kobe. So he just wanted to make sure that right away, firsthand, I got the message. He said, welcome to the team. I'm happy you're here. Now let's go win a championship together. So I said, all right, I'm in, man. I'm in. Have a good night. That was it. That was it. That was it. No crap. Straight to the chase. I wouldn't be here without you, brother. I wish more than anything that you and Gigi were here today with us. I miss you and love you.
Subscribe to the channel for more raw, unvarnished stories of NBA history and click on the video on your screen right now to see the next dark chapter.